Going, everyone? Well, we got the Red Bull today. We got the Red Bull background today. I am pumped. We got to pump it up. Everyone, because I'm very excited to not even announce. I mean, you probably already saw it on Twitter. However, we got listed. We got a listing. We got the opposite of a delisting. Pretty good stuff. Uniswap finally came around. Hex is on there. And then we asked a guy who made a website about Strategic ETH Reserve, and he told us next week, and he followed through. Everyone, I present to you, we're on the Strategic ETH Reserve. Boom. Look at that. Number two. I don't know if we'll be number one one day. I don't know if I want to be number one. I want to have a strategic Pulse Reserve, and then have people competing for that. Probably number one in that, I imagine. The PulseChain Foundation, the PulseChain SAC Foundation, the Heart Foundation. That's what I said before. I think if Richard does a longevity like foundation, it'd be called the Heart Foundation. Got Mad Gains Foundation for all I care. Let's go. Chat's already popping off. What's up, everyone? There's a new feature on the StreamYard where you can turn comments on the side there. So I did it. Turn them on. It's pretty good. Try it out. Yeah, so emergency stream. Not really emergency. I was just like, all right, I gotta do 2 streams today. I guess we're repeating next week. Last week did 6 streams in 5 days and got a lot of stuff to talk about. And this one I just want to pop on for maybe 30 minutes or so and do this one. And I'll do the Richard Big Moves Part 2 stream talking about PulseX and some new stuff that we could be seeing for that at some point coming up as well. But very, very fun. Celebrate, everyone. A website listed us because it often doesn't happen. And it should have happened. And it's actually correct too, because it used to be 171,000 or so. So if you got to look into RH.com. So the original amount, 171,000 across the different wallets. And then what was it, like 4,000, 4,500 to 5,000 or so went through Tornado Cash for things we are none of our business, apparently, or else we would know about them, that we should have no expectations for. And now we're at 166,000. Just under the Ethereum Foundation, we have more. PulseChain SAC has more Ethereum than Coinbase. What Coinbase holds. And there's an asterisk here. I can't click on it. There's an X link though. Let's check that out. Let's check out Coinbase on this. So a person on Twitter said this. Yeah. So that's where the number came from. Cool. It's around 137,000. More than Gollum Foundation, more than Gnosis DAO, more than the U.S. government. U.S. government sitting around 60,000, almost 60,000. Ethereum, more than the Lido DAO and all the others as well. Arbitrum's on the list. Aave DAO, a lot of different ones. The state of Michigan. Shout out to the state of Michigan, 4,000 ETH. Okay. Will we see a day where every state has like an ETH reserve, a Bitcoin reserve, a Hex reserve? We can dream, can't we? We can dream. Pretty fun stuff. Boys and girls of all ages, we are winning. Don't let anyone tell you that we're not winning. We are winning. And my microphone is not on AirPods today, so your ears are winning because Mike sucked yesterday. I went to listen to the stream yesterday, and I was like, why do I sound like that? And yeah, I remember halfway through my computer had a hiccup and started talking bad. Started talking in bad voice. So yeah, sorry about that. It will hopefully not happen today. But I don't know. I can't hear myself. So I don't, it's not like I do a sound check before every stream. I guess I could, but got time for that. Oh, amazing stuff though. Are you winning? I'll get chat in just a second. Are you winning? I'm just updating the stream title and stream description. Adding the link to the reserve in there as well. All the important stuff you should do while on the stream. Amazing stuff, though. I mean, look at this. We got something happened. Good. We like it. We like good thing happen. I wonder if Richard will tweet about it. Again, never know. Never know. Let's go through the chat. Red Squirrel, how's it going? Oi, oi. Welcome, sir. D-Gen Hexagon. Let's go. I almost said Pulse Abdul. Pulse Jiu-Jitsu. Fast Jiu-Jitsu. Abdul. Jiu-Jitsu Abdul. How's it going, man? Here for the tech. I hear you. I'm here for the tech and the price performance. Those two can go together. Not mutually exclusive. As we've seen before, pretty cool stuff. Lunacy Point, how's it going? Welcome. Dipcatcher, you mean the BDI strategic collateral? Who knows what the fact? Well, I mean, who knows? That's what we're talking about a lot this week. Is what we ought to be talking about this week. What the SAC funds could be used for. I am preparing a stream for that. I don't know if I'll do it this week because I have too many streams this week. As far as other topics, I don't think I'm going to get it in. Unless I start doing 8 or 9, and I got stuff to do. I'm going to max out at like 6 this week, and then I'm taking some time off next week. And as far as streaming stuff goes, so pretty cool. Never know what's going to happen on PulseChain though. Let go. That's right. We hold it in on the curse part, just to get the emphasis and get the mood. But I don't have to say the word all the time. There's that too. Wait, we're numbered to the Kennedy, right? I'm not used to this. I mean, they're not numbered, so maybe we are number one. Maybe we are the best of reserve. Who knows? What if you start seeing more ETH pour into these wallets? What if you start seeing, the ETH number has went up? The wallets have been funded even more. I mean, no one's counting on that, but you never know what could happen as far as that. I mean, if you add all the ETH that Richard has all together, we don't know his personal holdings, right? There is I keep hearing it. Was it 1 million ETH? Dipcatcher, if you're still here, you probably know this. 1 million ETH that came in through the AA. So if there's 1 million ETH through the AA, that makes the PulseChain SAC actually look small. How bullish is that? I mean, not to say that the 1 million ETH will be used, the most, the ideal that has the most weight as far as it could be used for the ecosystem is the one that came in through the SAC, because that was directly, interfaced with the PulseChain, PulseX SACs. However, rich guy probably have cool plan, so we don't know. Howdy everyone, howdy RHMax, appreciate it goes out to you. Appreciate you, Condor there. Appreciate you, man. How's it going? How's it going, Pete? Welcome. She appears, a wild and wonderful SJ. Welcome. If you like to, feel free. I'll chat if yay, team win. How's it going? Welcome, Pookadoo. What's going on? Archie. Sorry, I can't get to everyone. I got to speed it up a little bit. This can be a short stream. I just want to get on and talk about the reserve and before. This is like the pre-stream. This is the unplanned, thing happened. I need to talk stream. PulseChain. Welcome. We beat Coinbase. Yeah, we did beat Coinbase. We are killing Coinbase right now as far as their holdings. Step it up, Coinbase. I kind of want to step down from these holdings. Like if they are used to, buy up some core coins and number goes down. Actually, that'd be a fun thing to track as well. Because I wonder, how is the guy running this? By the way, shout out to the guy running this thing. His name, Fabda.eth over here. He said some very nice things about PulseChain a lot lately. The Strategic ETH Reserve learned 2 things today. The PulseChain community is loud, loyal, and proud. Number 2, PulseChain is very ETH aligned, holding a massive ETH reserve. Welcome to the serve, Pulse. You're now extricably tied to ETH success. I mean, I don't know, no expectations, but I'm not sure, it's not like there's some, something that's going to say what the ETH can be used for, not used for, whatever. Ethereum Foundation we may have more than them at some point, because if this isn't turned in any other coins other than ETH, because I've heard they sell it from time to time. Also heard that's not good for the price of ETH. However, who knows when the government's going to dump some? Are they going to dump at the top, at the bottom? Well, the German government, they dumped it like 57. Was it like 57,000? And the ETH is like almost double that right now. But anyway, shout out to this guy. Literally, I was like just expecting. I mean, part of me was like, okay, this makes sense. Like, we should get added here. And then the other part of me, the red candle syndrome, was just like, yep, he said next week, and then somebody's going to tell him not to do it, and then he's just not going to do it, because we just get gatekept sometimes. But we didn't, so it's awesome. Very, very cool. Yeah, appreciate it. I'm not sure what your name is, but I'm going to go with Fabda for that. Appreciate you for actually telling the people about all the different sources, and not just like picking and choosing the different ones, at least for us, in our case. So, and shout out to the community for hopefully being super positive and telling him about it, and making him say these things, saying these nice things. Again, apparently had a lot of people who reached out to him and had him have a good view of PulseChain and have a good experience talking to people too. Pretty amazing. SMO Spider, welcome. How's it going? Here for the gains. Do you like the gains? Maybe one day we get 10,000 of them. Never know. If you haven't seen, Somi did a video covering this guy who does not like PulseChain. And let me see if I go to his. I bet he posted it on. Let me just go to YouTube. You are friend, Somi. It was a pretty interesting one. This one. He hates PulseChain, thinks you're retarded for holding it. He covered this guy. I don't even know what video it is. Let me see. So, okay, I guess we can just look it up. Let me put Somi's link in. He was one of the things he said was talking about how a 250x was, what influencer was he talking about here, by the way? Oh, was this the price target one for like the alpha baller one? Yeah. So he was talking about if 250x, he just didn't. I don't know. He just thought he was just not saying very nice things about PulseChain, and something like he didn't like the 250x or thought that was dumb or something. What is it called? The worst crypto influencers on Twitter. And I'm like, well, maybe all the people saying that 100x, 250x, 10,000x, all that's silly. No way that could happen. Maybe if they see it go up and price do good, then they'll join Team Win. You never know. Some of these people who literally hate on Hex and hate on PulseChain, here's the way I think about it. There's no reason for them to like it. Rich, you talk about this too a lot. Like, there's no, margin trading link they can chill you for it. They don't have a bag of it. I don't blame them. Like, anyone who says, like, who ignores or says bad things or whatever about PulseChain, like, I don't even take it personally. It's just like, yeah, why would you? Why would you say good things? Like, I don't expect everyone to be informed about the amazing bullishness of this ecosystem and its products and its community. So I don't know, when people like have these views, I'm just thinking, okay, like to me, that's just like, you know, not being informed about the ecosystem, and most people won't be. So totally fine. And like I said, if it starts going up 10x or 20x, or Richard launches an exchange, and you have margin trading links and stuff to shill and affiliate programs, when there's all these incentives for people to say nice things about PulseChain, then they probably will. And then there'll be some who never will. And that's okay too. Like, I'm not like, I don't know. I don't need to worry about all the people that say good or bad things about PulseChain. Like, I perfectly understand why they don't. So, but maybe they will one day. Where is this one? 100x gems is this one? Be careful on Twitter. And this video probably does talk about plenty of things of people just like that don't have your best interest at heart. Man, where is these time steps? Don't mention PulseChain, so, or do they? Am I just not looking at them? There are timestamps. Are they in here? Okay. Coins that will 300x. Is it that one? Or 100x altcoin gems? And then 12, is it 1255? 1250. Oh, it's this one. Okay. Wow. So I see a Lido on crypto as well. Okay, so it's right around here. Yeah. So what he's saying here, if you're watching this, he's saying, I don't have audio on this, but he's like, he looks at the Bitcoin and Ethereum price targets. Okay, then those look fine. And he's like, hex the $2, and he looks at it, and he just starts highlighting the zeros. And I imagine he's going to talk about like, oh, well, it needs to get to $2, it's got to do 100x or 1,000x or something. And that's what he doesn't think is possible. So it doesn't surprise me people don't think Hex and PulseChain can do mad gains, because again, why would they? We haven't had the massive green candles. We haven't had the God candles. It's been a while since Hex did the 10,000x. So like, why would I don't expect them to be like on board in when we haven't did these huge run-ups yet. So interesting. So that was a fun one to look at. Let's say like everyone preempted seconds are transferred to core coins. Wouldn't their ranking drop? Yeah. Yep. Good observation. I know. It's like, I don't think we're going to be listed number 2 here forever. We could, who knows, but I don't think we're going to be listed. I think we're more likely to drop down the ranks than up. But here's a cool thing too, somebody pointed out. Look at this. This is a pretty, I don't know how many people visit the site. I don't have the stats. It seems pretty popular though. I mean, I don't know how many views and stuff this thing gets, but we are on a new site that probably a lot of Ethereum people are going to see. And we have a link. You click this, it goes to pulsechain.com. Isn't it beautiful? Great for onboarding. Great for giving people information about coins in the ecosystem and big holders. At least someone puts us where we should be. Yeah. Good point. We're not on the second page or number 202 and all that. Definitely decent market. Yeah. All right. What's up, Paul? Welcome. Yeah, Tiago said we have almost 500 ETH. Our average price is $1,600. Yeah, like I said, I'm not worried about that. Yeah, of course, but we like to have a better entry price and all that. I think there's plenty of reasons. Again, it could have just, I think the simplistic answer is just, whoever bought it thought it was going to go up from there. But yeah, maybe. Or maybe there was a liquidity thing. That's another point. Like, it's hard to get ETH at a certain point and they want to push the price up or something. Or it's some other strategic legal timing thing. Or there's plenty of other explanations. Again, we don't know all the details, but like, I just don't think it matters. Like, to me, it just doesn't matter. It's a nice to have. I guess I explain it like that. It's a nice to have the best entry price for, the PulseChain treasury, but we don't need it. It's a nice to have. I think smart people made the best decision they could at the time. It's just not. It's like, yeah, is it? I'm not going to be upset that if Ethereum does a massive run that we have only, $1 or $2 billion instead of $3 or $4 billion. It's billions of dollars. What does the numbers even mean at that point? Like, let alone do we know what's going to happen with them if they move. So, I don't know. Nice to have to me. What does this mean? Please explain in simple terms, not too familiar. All right, Stephen. Good question. So, Strategic Ethereum Reserve. Somebody made a website, this guy, that tracks basically big holdings of Ethereum that are in some sort of, I don't think it's just big holders. Like, you can go and look at the whale list and stuff. It's organizations or some kind of structure or some kind of treasury looking thing, some kind of reserve looking thing that have a ton of ETH, and it's ranking them by, it's got like the changes. So it's supposed to be tracking these things too. The change percentage, it's got links for them. It's got how much, it's got their kind of like category, where listed as other, foundation, company, all this stuff, DAO. And so, yeah, it's just, these are entities holding ETH in some sort of treasury reserve, things like that. And where the PulseChain and PulseX sacrifice phase happened, a lot of the people sacrifice stuff. And actually, if you go to Wayback Machine, great website for, look at this. So PulseX, was it Pulse Lead? Was there Pulse Lead or was there only PulseX Lead? I want to say there's Pulse Lead.xyz. I want to believe that was the site, right? So if we go to, let's say 2023, when did sacrifice happen? That was 2021 in August. So let's go to December, because I think in December, that's when, that is when PulseX one kicked off too. So let's click on this one. Let's just go December. Yeah, so it was Pulse Lead and a PulseX Lead. So a ton of coins were sacrificed to get points for when PulseChain launched. And these are some of the websites that track them. And you got the biggest sacrifices. Oh, gosh, here are the ads. And then so you have the top 100. And you could look up and see like what your sacrifice was, the ones that were coins that were sacrificed. Yeah, where's the total? So 670 million sacrificed for PulseChain according to this. I want to see, where can I see the stats? No, I want to see the totals. I don't know where to see the totals on this. The totals ranking for each coin. So those coins were sacrificed. I think they were all sold except the Hex. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat. I think everything except the Hex was sold for stablecoin, including the ETH, or most of it, maybe. And then that DAI, a year or two ago? I feel like it's been a year or so, was used to buy ETH. That is what we're looking at here. It was used to buy ETH last March and spread across different wallets and stuff here. And that's where we get the 171K ETH that was bought for over, how much was that? It was all these numbers, 700 million, I want to say. Something like that, $700 million, 650 million. So that's Pulse Lead. And then you got PulseX Lead, which track the PulseX sacrifice, which happened. PulseX Lead.xyz. Okay. PulseX Lead. Oh, there is a .com too. Let's see. Let me go back. PulseX lead. Let's take a look at that. And that kicked off in, I want to say December 2021. So let's go to 2022. Yeah, let's go to December 2022. Is the site still up? And see if it shows the numbers. No. Well, it's not giving us any days here. Let's just try January so we can get a view of what it says. Why is it not PulseX lead.xyz? That was the site. Pretty sure. Let's try .com. Maybe it was .com. So let's go to like June and see. So while we're going to that, does that make sense, Stephen? Anyone else have any questions on that? Scroll down. What's up, Tam Tam? Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. Mudhog, gatekeepers losing. That seems to be the case. Seems to be. PulseX, biggest bubble on top 100 cryptos in a week. Man, let me look at the bubbles for a minute. Crypto bubbles. Crypto bubble. If I click week, do I see the PulseX? I do see it. 13% on the week. Let's do month. Might get some even better stuff. Well, it's kind of crowded out because you got all the cryptos doing pretty good in the month. But yeah, PulseX 50%. Pretty big bubble. And then if we do a week, yeah, it's kind of, you can see a little bit better because we got some that are up. Great advertising. I like it. You click on PulseX. What does it say? It's got links. Pretty good stuff. All right, let's go back to PulseX. Okay, and then $1 billion. Yeah, so this was June. This was 6 months or so around sacrifice. $1 billion. Man, why doesn't it show me comprehensive sacrifice breakdown? There we go. Okay. So you can see the breakdown here of different pieces. You got around $550 million worth of hex. Of course, a lot of people sacrificed hex and lock that up. And a lot of people think it's burned forever, which seems positive. And then 250 million ETH, just about 100 million USDC, 50 million USDT. You got BUSD as well. DAI, pretty fun stuff. Pretty amazing. I wonder if it'll go into pumping the ecosystem. You never know. You never know. All right. Yeah, good question. Appreciate you showing up. I'm going to wrap it up about there. Again, ETH Strategic Reserve. A lot of amazing stuff. Pretty fun. Came for the outro. Thanks. I like the outro too. And come back in a couple hours. Let me drop you a link. You can hit the notify if you want to come back. I'll be talking about Richard's part 2 of the Richard Hart's next big PulseChain moves, what could be coming up, what the devs may be doing. Be focused on PulseX. Go in a few different directions on it too, but it should be fun. So, all right, everyone, that's all we got for you for a couple hours. See you in a bit. Sci Vibe and 5555. We are out.